Let's see who's gonna pop in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Feel free to say hi. I see one person popped in. Just setting up. Hey, you're the first Columbia fan. You're awesome. What were you doing today before I come on? First, I'm first, I'm first. Yes, you are. Hey, Nintendo 2009. Welcome back. I just got on. So, I decided I'd check out who was on. I've had a fairly productive day today. I volunteered this morning and I came home. I was doing some pots and pans that have been sitting there needing to be done, as well as organizing the um, plastic drawer of my Tupperware and stuff like that, and trying, because it wasn't working, so everything was just thrown. I have like 3 drawers of plastic and everything was just thrown in there, so I'm trying to organize them so I could have like lunch containers in one, and then like storage containers like for the fridge and the freezer in another, and like bigger containers like, you know, for like muffins or like lasagna or something like that in another. But I got one drawer done and I got tired. Got sore. Raining or just coffee now? Ah, yes. Cool. What video are you gonna upload, Nintendo? I'm having coffee. I've been busy, but I find I get easily distracted, so it's I'm always busy, but I don't actually get a lot of things completed. That's the problem. Cool. I've noticed on your channel you do like top 5 of this, like top 5 games or top 5 um whatever. I do a lot of cooking and groceries. That's the next video that should be up, is my grocery haul. It's partially done. Tonight for supper is going to be sausages and peppers and onions and potatoes. Actually, I should probably get the potatoes and peel them while I'm doing this. That would be multitasking. That would make a lot of sense to do. I will be right back, because otherwise I get so overwhelmed with everything. I'm grabbing the potatoes and a knife, and I'm gonna peel. Hey, BJ Hunting, how's it going? Back to the chat. Hi, 50 chickens in the hen house. There's 50 chickens in here. So, I'll put the peels in this container. Put that one there. Yeah, I'm using up these potatoes. They've seen better days. But I'm gonna cook them up and slice them like kind of like scallop potatoes, and then I put the onions and peppers with them, and then I put the sausages on top. And people can have them sausages with them, or my youngest daughter and I tend to like them on a bun, but I don't have any buns, so we'll have them probably on bread because I only have hamburger buns in the freezer. So just peeling potatoes. So what are you guys having for supper? It's fun cooking while the laptop is next to you. Yes, well, I'm multitasking. I tend to, for myself, standing at the kitchen is, for long periods of times, gets sore at my knees or my feet or my back. So I tend to, things like cutting and peeling and that, I tend to do sitting down at the dining room table. And I usually will put on YouTube and Chromecast it to my television and watch um, a bunch of my people that I follow, whatever's come up on my notifications and stuff like that. So if you've ever put up your newest videos, I get notified, and I will watch it. So I usually tend to do that while I'm doing stuff, because otherwise I have to really multitask. Okay, so like I'm an adult with ADD or ADHD, I'm unsure, which eventually I will get officially tested. But I find I can't do anything, just one thing. I have to multitask and do like 10 different things to keep my brain um, on task. So whenever I'm doing something that's tedious or like menial and boring, and to me, like peeling or cutting vegetables, because I don't find that exciting, I have to put the music on or watch YouTube or listen to an audiobook so that it's mind-numbing work that I can do without really paying attention to it, and then it actually goes by faster. If I don't do that, I'll start peeling potatoes, and then I'll see something that needs to get done, and I'll stop and I'll do that, and then I do something else. I get distracted doing something, and I never get around to finishing peeling potatoes, which kind of defeats the purpose. Then supper time comes around, and I'm like, I haven't done potatoes, so then I'll take out ramen noodles because they're like 5 minutes, and there's only so many times you can have ramen noodles as a side dish. Oh, you'll be right back, Kate. BJ hunting. And I hope that other people are multitasking too, paying attention to me and chatting. And what's everybody else having for supper today? I told you what I'm making. And I might be doing groceries tomorrow, but probably not. It'll probably be Thursday, just because I have stuff in the morning tomorrow and an appointment at 11:30. I just left a message on my friend's machine to find out what the plan is. It's not like I really need to do groceries, so if it even is delayed a little bit longer, it just means I have to be more creative. We are running a bit low on fresh fruit, but and some veggies. Most of the veggies I bought 2 weeks ago are still good and still fresh. Um, Also, if I go to my garden plot, I can get some fresh lettuce and more cherry tomatoes. I picked up like a whole bunch of them Sunday. Yes, Sunday. I had to think what day it was that I picked up Sunday, and I should pick up some more um, tomorrow or Thursday. It's coming to the end of our garden. I should have some hot peppers ready, as well as some. I planted some Asian vegetables. I'm unsure. I'm unsure what what they look like for me to pick them, because they're root vegetables. So I've just eaten them before, not. So I have some daikon. Like I don't know what the tops look like. That saying, "Oh, they're ready to be picked." Could be like kind of like a carrot, but it's like a spicy white radish, long white radish, like a horseradish type. So, what did you end up going to do? Did you get something to do while you're watching me on YouTube, uh, BJ? Hopefully, everybody's grabbed a coffee. I find at this time of the day, around 3 o'clock, I need a coffee because my brain needs the caffeine. Yay! What are you having for supper, BJ? Brad? How's your dad doing? Does your son live in the same city as you? And like, I'm assuming your dad lives in the same city too. Except for these little itty potatoes. These are actually, I didn't buy potatoes 2 weeks ago, so these are actually over a month old. I bought these in my August grocery haul. I think it was like August 5th or so. So it's like a month and a half old. They need to get used up. Like they weren't good enough to be baked potatoes, but they're good enough to be roasted in the oven. Hey, Iron Fire Horse, how's it going? I'm peeling potatoes for supper, multitasking, bringing you guys along, chatting, just because I really enjoy spending time with you guys and getting to know you. I was just saying that these potatoes definitely need peeling, so I couldn't use them for um, baked potatoes. Plus, they're too small, really, because they were starting to get wrinkly. Because I didn't buy these at my last grocery haul, because I knew we had still potatoes, and these I got beginning of my August grocery haul. I only had one grocery haul in August because the end of August we were on vacation. Well, that's as a just saying that I have like I'm an adult with ADD or ADHD, and I have to multitask. Otherwise, my brain gets distracted, and I can't finish the initial task I was doing. So, see, I got these cucumbers from garden, so I might have some cucumbers. Might have as a vegetable, cucumbers and tomatoes. I'm going to do potatoes with peppers and onions and sausages on top. People can have them by themselves. Like my husband doesn't like them in a bun. My youngest daughter and I will have them on bread because I have no buns, but I have bread. And I'm not going to go to the store just for buns. And I might do a plate of cucumbers and tomatoes, as that's a common veggie side my family loves in the summertime. And it's pretty much summer. As you can see, I'm still wearing a sundress. We just like them with salt and pepper. Actually, my husband likes mayonnaise, a dollop of mayonnaise on them. That's how his family likes cucumbers and tomatoes. I like them just with salt and pepper. And so, and my rest of my family likes salt and pepper too. Sometimes they'll take mayonnaise if it's available, but I still have about a quarter of a bushel of the tomatoes I bought at my grocery haul 2 weeks ago. I've chopped up all the peppers, and I'm going to chop up some more extra onions today to go with some of the peppers, and I'm putting them in freezer bags for the freezer. So it'll be like, I have about 2 cups of peppers, and I'll have like 2 cups of onions in the bag, and it'll be good for whatever recipe. Oh, and this bag is done. Very good. Time to go see how my dad is. Oh, great. Well, tell him I say hi, and maybe sometime you should do a video of your dad. I'd like to see him because we talk about him often. Tell him I say hi from Ottawa. And if he likes hockey, tell him I live really close to where the Senators play. And whenever I go grocery shopping, not whenever, all the time, but one of the Senators usually shops at the grocery stores I go to every couple of times, because you notice that they're shopping because people who are really big fans of hockey recognize them outside of their hockey uniforms. So, well, I don't usually, but I did at one point when Carrie Underwood was in Ottawa. I noticed when she was at the store with her husband. So, and they shop just like regular people too. But she had bodyguards. The hockey players don't usually. I just had to get my sweaters out. 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Hey Google, what is 67 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
67 degrees Fahrenheit equal 19.444 degrees Celsius.
That's still warm. That's like that's like a cool summer's day, or spring, or fall. Hey Google, what's the temperature today?
Today in Ottawa, expect a high of 23 and a low of 10.
Yeah. So it goes down to about 10 at night. So it gets cool once the sun goes down. It's 23, but I think it's a bit hotter. It's more, there's some humidity out there. Hey Google, what's the humidex today?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Hey Google, what's the humidity today?
The humidity today in Ottawa is forecast to be 76%.
Yeah. As I said, it feels hotter than 23. Now, my house is that temperature all the time. My house is always 19 degrees, roughly. A little bit less at night because we like it cooler. So that didn't take me very long to peel and chop these potatoes. I think I'll get another container and chop up some more vegetables. It's windy here in Barrie. My daughter's friend lives just outside of Barrie in Port Hope, I believe it's called. I will be right back for another container of something else to cut and chop while I'm chatting with you guys. Do, do, do. I'm really multitasking today. I'm bringing some onions for my sausage, peppers, and potatoes. And then a container. First I'm going to do the cucumbers and slice those up for supper. Very cool. Yeah, I've never been, but my daughter's friend lives there, and they meet up at short-term placement or at music camp in Brantford at W. Ross. That's where my daughter goes about once every couple months. She goes there for a short-term placement. And they learn, they have a weekend of doing some tasks. So, like one weekend's cooking, one weekend's camping, one weekend's art and music, and like it's all just fun stuff. I think I'm going to peel the cucumbers because my husband really likes them peeled. I don't usually. So I'm not using my trick. I have everything set in the States because I talked with so many people down there. No problem. I just asked Google. I'm so used to most people coming from the States, I figure I just ask Google. And plus, some people still do everything in Imperial anyways, even though we live in Canada. I do my weight and height in Imperial. I do my grocery budget, figuring out how much money per pound in Imperial. But I do know some of my buy prices in the conversion to metric. For example, $3.99 a pound equals $8.80 a kilogram. As that's my buy price for chicken. So as long as I look, so our grocery stores advertise $1.99 a pound or whatever, but then in smaller print how much is a kilogram. But on the package, it only shows the price of the price per kilogram. So it really confuses you. And sometimes they have, like for example, in chicken breasts at the store, sometimes they'll have the family packs on a different price, and it's on sale. But then the other packages, if it's like by Prime or whatever, and not the value pack, it has a different price. So you can get screwed over very easily if you don't really pay attention to the numbers and to the labels. So I tend to be really good at figuring that out once I am in that mindset. And plus I have to find where it is. I had a little cheat sheet that I had that had the prices per pound per crew. And less than peeled cucumber. Well, that's good that your kids are really realizing it, because and my kids are like that too. They notice when things are on sale, and they only like to buy things when it's on sale, unless it's something they really want right now. Like my oldest daughter, she's the one that tends to go shopping with friends, but she doesn't usually go buy anything, but her friends do. But she likes going just because her friends are going. But the only times that she buys stuff is when she goes into the store and it's on sale. So she was going to buy a tank top, but it was buy one get one for a penny, or for I think it was a penny or $1. So she got a second one, and she got it for her sister, and her sister paid her half price, so that essentially it was like half price. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yummy cucumber. Yeah, mine are 16 and 17. Well, almost 16. My youngest, it will be 16 in December. Mm. Yeah. My oldest daughter, she's the one that babysits. Actually, that's where she is right now. But she doesn't tend to like to um, spend her money. She likes to collect it, which I'm fine with. But the only time that she'll spend money is when if she's out with friends. Like when they go shopping, she'll go and buy something from Starbucks, a frappuccino or something, and that's what she spends. I'm like, oh, what did you buy? I bought a frappuccino. She went and spent like 2 hours shopping and didn't buy any clothes or anything like that. But she bought like a $4 drink. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm doing a Swedish death clean. Oh, I've heard of it. And now I'm just trying to think of it. I've heard of it like I think it was in January, but I can't remember what it is. Hey Google, what is a Swedish death clean?
According to Google Books, DOSTADNING, or the art of death cleaning, is a Swedish phenomenon by which the elderly and their families set their affairs in order.
Okay, so you're doing that for yourself? I mean, you don't seem old enough to be able to do that. Yes, well, that's what I was gonna say. She spends her money on that. I buy Starbucks once in a while as a treat. I used to spend more on it with when I had a friend who used to go there all the time. That was her coffee of choice. Um, but since she moved and where she lived, there was no Starbucks. She got used to Tim Hortons. So I now I'll buy a coffee at Tim Hortons, but I put money on my card and I go there maybe once a month as a treat. Hey Amanda, no problem. Okay, send it like that. Well, yeah, it's a cleaning, getting your affairs all in order so that when you do die, um, your family does not need to do anything. I'm just gonna make sure. Why is it low battery but it's charging? Oh, there we go. Yeah, because I'm like, if your kids are only 20, 25, you don't want to be getting too ahead of yourself. Getting every nook and cranny of my house clean. Well, you're welcome to come over here and do that to me because I just spent a couple of hours cleaning pots and pans that I had used on the weekend cooking. And the pot, like, the big huge pot that I made the spaghetti sauce with, I canned, which I got 14.5 liters from about half a bushel of tomatoes with. That I had rinsed it, but I hadn't cleaned it, and had just been put on the side because I got too tired doing it. I did that today. I spent 2 hours cleaning pots and pans and organizing one of my plastic drawers. So, um, 25 years of kid stuff, I know. I still have a bunch of preschool stuff that I've been slowly getting rid of. My daughter's graduating this year. I don't think we need the preschool stuff that I had printed off and that. Like, I've gotten rid of a lot of the kids' books and just trying to keep um, the ones that have memories. versus just all of them. Now I'm peeling onions, so if I start crying, you know why. Onions! So what are you making for supper tonight, Iron Horse? Iron Fire Horse? Well, to get to one bedroom at some point, so I want... Yeah, I had a friend of mine just downsize. Coffee. Yeah. Downsized. They had a townhouse. Well, it was only a 2-bedroom townhouse with her and her son. And then her son moved out on their own, and it was a rent geared to income, like a co-op. So since she didn't have her son living there anymore, they couldn't have her stay in a townhouse, but she still could get a rent geared to income apartment. So she had to downsize. They gave her some time to do that, but she had to downsize from a 2-bedroom house that she had lived in for the past 20 years to enough to be in a 1-bedroom apartment, which really is hard to do. 3-bedroom with a basement. Ouch. Yeah, that's going to take you, well, it's going to take you some time. Unless you can get a really large 1-bedroom. There's some places, like my mom, when she had a 1-bedroom, was nice, it was a back end of a house. So she had a 1-bedroom with a bathroom, living room, and kitchen. And then she had access to part of the basement, which was really nice to store stuff, like the Christmas tree and what else? Like the holiday stuff, and like the turkey roaster, the stuff that you don't use often, but you need, and extra chairs to the table. Have an estate sale. Oh, tonight I'm making sausage with peppers and onions. I chopped up all those red peppers that I bought the last grocery haul. The half bushel. I finished chopping up the last 15 of them yesterday, and I'm having some for this meal. Sausages, onions, and peppers, and then I'm going to chop more onions, dice them, to go with into Ziploc baggies with some peppers and freeze them, because I paid $7.99 for those peppers for half a bushel. Here, I pay about $3 for 4 peppers. Okay, I got something like 30 peppers for $8. So even at the end, since it had taken me 2 weeks to get to do it, because I get easily distracted on life, there was about 3 or 4 that did go bad, but still, that amount of waste was not much. So now I have onions and potatoes cut. Yes, I got them at Freshco. No, actually I got them at Superstore, which price matched to Freshco. Freshco had half bushels of peppers, onions, eggplant, zucchini, and green peppers for $7.99 a half bushel 2 weeks ago. So I got 2 things of tomatoes at Freshco and 1 thing of peppers at Superstore, and price matched it, because the price at Superstore was $9.99. Walmart also price matches. Freshco price matches too. Do you have a Freshco? See, I like Freshco and Food Basics for 90% of my stuff. Um, but I do like shopping at Superstore and price matching Food Basics and Freshco's prices, but getting Superstore's produce. So Superstore tends to have much better produce, but I like the prices at Food Basics and Freshco. So yes, where's the closest Superstore? Well, the best produce is Farm Boy, but Farm Boy doesn't price match. But do you know that every Farm Boy has a markdown shelf near usually the back of the store by um, the end of the produce section, close to the meat section, and the prices of their things are usually $2, $3, or $4 for a package of either all one type of veggie or a mixed of veggie or fruit, and the prices, like the produce in them, is just slightly dinged, maybe, or maybe slightly older, but it's usually as good a product as Farm Boy, as the markdown stuff at Farm Boy is good product as Food Basics or Freshco. And then okay, this package, so I've gotten like a mixture of apples, pears, and nectarines, let's say for $3. Well, there's like three or four of each. Well, if I bought those things separately, it would cost way more. That's the worst. Oh, Wasaga Beach. We don't have a Farm Boy either. Okay. You had so much junk food. What junk food did you have today? Well, on the weekend, on Saturday night, I did not make the Korean twice fried chicken. Abby wasn't feeling well, so we decided, and we went out for the day. We had sushi in the afternoon, and then for lunch, and then we came home and we were doing a bunch of lots of homework. The kids were doing lots of homework, so there was lots of me of figuring out editing and printing and stuff like that. So we had decided to order pizza since Abby wasn't feeling well and she doesn't like pizza. So we had ordered pizza. So today I had the last two slices of pizza because I was really starving when I got home from my volunteering. I was volunteering at the food bank this morning, so I was on the phone and all I had was coffee and water. I haven't really drunk. I have to finish drinking this water. But I've had a few coffees. But today walking, not as much as yesterday. I walked a bunch, but I forgot to take a screenshot of my amount. So I'm hoping that by tonight they'll send the app will send me a thing. Otherwise, because it was more than 6,000 steps. Because I walked from with Angie after our live stream, and then I walked from her place to the bus stop, and then I walked from what else did I do? I walked from the bus stop farther away to my house, and then there were just lots of walking. Like it was over 6,000 steps. I'm like, oh, I haven't done a 6,000 step one since like last week. Oh, I wish we had an Olive Garden. I miss Olive Garden. A chocolate Danish and a cinnamon roll and Olive Garden. Oh, yum! See, when we had Olive Garden, we did the all-you-can-eat soup and salad, and that, and order our meal, and then basically take home our meal. Like we do that also at Eastside Mario's. I was good, but hurt my stomach. Oh, yes, but sometimes it is so good. Hey, puppy's breath. On an app, there's an app you can get for free on your phone. You don't need internet to use it, and it just like it counts it like a pedometer. It's called. Let me just see if I can see what it's called. Um, we have the water drink reminder, That's for my water. Oh, it's called Step Tracker. It's called Step Tracker. Oops. There's a piece of onion on my hand. When I was scrolling it with skin. So it counts the steps and then it converts it to the kilometers. And then I go on Google and I type in the kilometers and convert it to miles to go for the 100-mile challenge. Oh, your cat still hasn't come home yet? Oh, if they have an Olive Garden here. Well, it's been about 20 years or so since Olive Garden was around in Ottawa, or more. We used to have a Ponderosa when I was a kid, but that was like gone in the 80s. And that's just dating myself. I know, Amanda. Hey Google, when was the last Olive Garden in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada?
Sorry, I couldn't find any matching reservations.
Hey Google, when was the last Olive Garden?
Sorry, I couldn't find any matching reservations.
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to ask the right question. Hey Google, when did Olive Garden close down in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Google, when was the last Olive Garden in Canada?
According to Wikipedia, as of March 22, 2013, the company operates 891 restaurants globally. There are 6 locations in Canada, which are Winnipeg, Manitoba, 2, Calgary, Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta, 2, and Langley, British Columbia near Vancouver.
Hey Google, was there ever an Olive Garden in Ottawa, Ontario?
Sorry, I can't help
Yeah,
with that yet.
not so helpful. Hey Google, was there ever a Ponderosa in Ottawa, Ontario?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Yeah, Google, you suck. Hey Google, you suck.
Sorry to hear that. What needs to be improved?
Everything.
Thanks for that. Every piece of feedback helps me learn.
Ponderosa for a few weeks. I ate there once. I remember we didn't eat out often as a kid because we didn't have a lot of money. And when we did eat out, it was like maybe McDonald's or we got pizza. But I remember once we went to Ponderosa and they had the conveyor belt of desserts and they had a salad bar and I was like, oh my goodness, a salad bar. It was like the best thing since sliced bread because nobody had it. Was like a huge restaurant and had lots of wood furniture and big pieces of meat. And I've never been to one since I was a kid. Maybe my recollection is off, but she's the same dip that's in my GPS and gets me bottled. Yes, that's funny. Okay, well, where's the closest Ponderosa?
The address for Ponderosa is 185 Market Street, Potsdam, New York, 13676, USA.
um, my girls don't specifically go tanning. They did get tanned on vacation, mostly just the shoulders and stuff, not really their legs because we don't go tanning. Um, my oldest didn't get much tan, but she doesn't usually get much tan, even if she's out at the same time. We put sunscreen on. We try to stay out of the sun because we tend to get burnt and or overheated, like with sunstroke. So, but we definitely got sun. We did one excursion. We did a catamaran excursion. So we went on a boat, and then we went to two snorkeling sites, and we snorkeled, and we got sun. I all got a bit of sunburn then, but my oldest got way more sunburn. That the next day she was sore, and she was not happy. And that's with lots of suntan lotion on, but we weren't reapplying it, or she wasn't reapplying it as much as she should have. I like eating at home. Yes, we still have Red Lobster here, and that's exactly it. The Ponderosa that was here turned into a Red Lobster. Looks so good. Yes, thanks. Thanks very much, Puppy Rosie. Yeah, well, that's the my dad's dad was half Arawak Indian and half South American black. Like I'm from the Bahamas. My dad's from the Bahamas, and his mom was white Jewish lady. So he was like half and half. So he had like black people's hair, but auburn brown color. So he had like an afro style, like short curls. My mom's side, we have a bit of everything. Actually, we have a bit of everything on both sides. Because on my mom's side, I have French Canadian, which tends to have a little bit darker skin, more of olive skin. Plus, there's a bit of North American Indian many generations ago, you know. But there's Irish, Scottish, Welsh, um, as well as I don't know if we have Italian or Asian that I know of. But yeah, oh, we got some other European one in there too. So I tend to burn, but then I stay brown a bit. So I mean, I still have tan lines, but they're I wasn't tanning, so my legs are still like white. Irish Garter cross. Like, well, what's funny is all four of my grandparents were all different religions. uh, so my grandmother was raised Catholic. She married a Protestant and raised her family Anglican. My dad's mother was Jewish, who married an Anglican and then raised them Anglican ish ish. But again, in the Bahamas, there's not a lot of well, there's I don't even think there is a synagogue or anything. There's not a lot of like um, there's church, but there's not a lot of like strong, strict religion. So pill and burn and get skin cancer. Yeah, see, my dad got a bit of skin cancer, um, not major stuff, but he had a bit of it that they treated. But also he had prostate cancer as well as another cancer. But yeah, there's lots of cancer in my. There's name a disease. It's pretty much in my family, in just my either my parents or my grandparents on my mom and my dad's side, and then you get Jeff's side of the family that we get the glaucoma from. So my kids, when they fill out their forms of like, is this in your family, like one or two generations type thing, they could fill out the whole thing. I'm pretty sure. You're a universalist by birth. I know exactly. Can't hate. So that's the thing. I can't be like racist or anything like that because I'd be insulting my heritage and my ancestors, depending on whichever way I want. Like there's just so much, and there's just so much that I don't know. Like with my grandmother, like she was raised in an orphanage because her and her older siblings were put in orphanage because her parents were of like Scottish Irish Catholic, um, or no, yeah, Scottish Irish Catholic, I think, descent, and they couldn't feed them. And this was the night. My grandmother was born in 1908, so this was 1910. And but there's a whole like, but she never went back and learnt um, about their history or anything like that. Like she went back, she met them, and they had a whole bunch more kids younger than her once she came of age and aged out of the orphanage. And she was not impressed, so she just like cut ties from that, you know? Yep. Well, it's funny. We joke my parents were mixed race because one was Catholic and one was Protestant, not acceptable. Exactly. So my grandmother was raised Catholic by the nuns, and she married her first husband, but then he died in training for the war and stuff, and then met my grandfather and married him, but he was Protestant, so they had to marry. They couldn't marry in a Catholic church. But hi, Big Hughes. Hi, Bill Hughes. How's it going? Well, yeah, they immigrated here. Like, so my grandfather uh, said he had Welsh as well as British, as well as some other European descent there too. He always swore that he was like the bastard um, son of Queen Victoria or whatever. I'm like, so that was his biggest joke. Like, is that true? Probably not. But that was his biggest thing. So he kept on swearing that he was related to the Queen. Whether that has any truth behind it or not, probably not. But my grandfather was a very um, comical guy, and um, so yeah, there's a bit of like they all immigrated here late 1800s, early late 1800s or so. I maybe some earlier, but I have no idea. Like that's the thing. I only know my grandparents because I have no family history whatsoever past them because, um, well, because my mom died when I was 21, and my grandparents on my mom's side died when I was 14. My grandparents on my dad's side died when I was a baby, like literally like a few months old, and my dad died last year, but he didn't have a lot of family history stuff. So it is what it is. Yesterday I went to Tim Hortons. That's where you see the empty cup. Oh, you want to see the Tim Hortons boxes? Yes. So Jeff has info on his family. So we have a lot of my Jeff's father is big on history and stuff. So his family came over from Germany and that to Newfoundland many years ago. So Jeff was born in New Brunswick. His father was born in, I think, New Brunswick or Nova Scotia. His father his father's father was born in Newfoundland and was part of the Newfoundland army, like the Canadian army, but the Newfoundland whatever division. And there's some, and Jeff's mother So there's also history there too. That Jeff's mother's family can date themselves back to the first settlers, French settlers in Montreal, Quebec. So the very first one's from like 1600, 16 something. They know a lot about their history. I know nothing about my side. Yeah, I'd love to go to Newfoundland. So what's funny with that is my sister-in-law's fiance is from Newfoundland, and so there's a lot of like round circle, you know. I think we joke parents were mixed because one was good. We joke I'm the reincarnation of Mary Queen of Scots, and my sister was Queen Elizabeth of English. My sister is cold and brutal. Yeah, maybe it's some. So a friend of mine got her ancestry DNA, so she knew where her family and stuff was from and stuff, and her family is also mixed race too, from Nova Scotia and from Dartmouth, and she thought that she had a lot more African American ancestry, but it's only about 5%. But even though her father was black or looked black, he had more other stuff too. So there's a lot of. She found like she actually her biggest percentage was like 17% Irish. So I joke with her. I'm like, there. What's funny is that um, when there was slavery back in the day, they took like African slaves, but then they also took Irish slaves because there were so many Irish, and that they took a bunch of slave people that were uh, pushed into slavery for paying off debts or whatever, and they were brought to the Americas as well as the Caribbean and stuff. So there's a whole if you Google it, the Irish slaves, there's a whole a documentary on that. It's quite one of those rabbit holes you could fall down and get interested in reading up on. Your kids are first generation Canadian. Well, my kids are first generation Canadian for me because I was born in the Bahamas, so I'm Canadian. I have my Canadian citizenship, um, but my husband's Canadian too. So, oh, I wanted to show you the Tim Hortons box. Okay, so I went for coffee last night with a friend of mine that I haven't you know chatted with for a while, and hubby wanted me. He goes, "Well, if you're going coffee, can you bring home donuts for dessert?" So I did, and I'm gonna show you the box. So we still have donuts, but look at this box. It's it's cardboard. Like it's punctuated that you can punch out hockey nets and hockey sticks and pucks, and you can set up your own little cardboard game. It says official donut rink. Place hockey nets on the rink. Build a puck, fold in indicated lines. Build your hockey sticks and then play hockey. Actually, I'm gonna have my apple fritter. So I picked up Boston. So these are the ones that are left. So I picked up 4 Boston cream, 4 apple fritters, but there was only 3 coconut cream. So I picked up 3 coconut cream and 1 glazed. Abby didn't have her donuts yesterday because she was not feeling well, and she was homesick today. So, but I thought that was kind of neat that you could play with the box afterwards. First came to Barry and signs. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. There was a lot of racism towards Irish. There was a lot of racism towards Irish even earlier. like when my grandparents, there was racism towards everything. Have that in Scotland where, what were my parents thinking? Well, thanks for chatting, Iron Fire Horse. Well, it's all about, you don't know how it is in another country until you show up here. Bye. Apple fritters. My family likes them from Tim Hortons, but they also think I make good ones too. And see, that type of racism and that is against the law now. Now that we have civil rights, but they had the same thing with people of African descent or anything like that. I mean, they had different colors. They had different water fountains. One's for whites and one's for not whites. I make apple fritters usually in the fall when apples are like in abundance. I've made them. But see, there's no. They call these apple fritters, but I don't get chunks of apple. So when I make them, I have little chunks of apple in them. I make cinnamon rolls too. I have to make some stuff for the kids' lunches and stuff. Like I'm eating this, I've eaten half of it. I haven't found anything remotely looking like an apple. Maybe they use applesauce in the batter. No, there's cinnamon and sugar. And a nice sugar glaze. Like chocolate. I've not made that. I have made just plain donuts once. I made like just cinnamon sugar on them. But making donuts is a time thing because you have to raise the dough and stuff, and you have to have the right consistency. I don't have a deep fryer, so I just use a pot with oil. If I had a deep fryer, I'd be doing a lot more deep frying. But I'd probably gain like 100 pounds. Hi, Amanda. Yes. Apple fritter. That is definitely what I need. A little pick me up at the end of the day before supper. Now coffee to go with it. To combat the sugar rush. Let's make sure. Peels. And I've got a whole bunch of peels for the green bin. Oh, a piece of cucumber. Okay, cucumber after a donut, probably not the greatest idea. Now it just tastes weird. I know. I was just like, oh, cucumber. I don't recommend it. Eat the cucumber before the donut. It's 23 degrees Celsius. Today it'll go down at once the sun goes down, but it's warm at 76% humidity. Hey Google, what is 23 degrees Celsius?
23 degrees Celsius equals 73.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Which I think is quite still warm. Like it's quite warm still outside. Like the sun is hot. So this morning, well, this at like noontime, it was overcast and it looked like it was going to rain, but then it went away. So yeah, I don't like humidity either. I shouldn't yawn. Glaze. Was I'm still in my head. So yes, I definitely I need. I think I need another one. Mine's almost done. Scientist. Hello, hey CR, how's it going? Just gonna grab some more coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah, no, I'm trying not to. That's why I haven't got to get my coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Yum. Did you guys get snow? I heard someplace in Alberta got snow. Did you guys get snow? Because I know you were saying it was cool yesterday. You know, I'm gonna have some more of your sweet and spicy beef jerky that you guys sent me. I'm like peckish. I'm like, why am I peckish? You know, just hear me say, um, when I have a video on it. Okay. Yay, yes. Very good jerky. But not spicy. Yes, proof of... Wow. Did you just have a live stream? Or just produce a video? Must be snow from Western Canada. Well, I will watch it once I'm done here. I put it up in my tab. Yes, shout out to CR. Yesterday I did. So yesterday I got over 6,000 steps. But I forgot to get a screenshot of my app. So I'm hoping, like, it tends to send me yesterday's stuff sometime today. So I'll hope to get it. Otherwise, I'll do the bar graph today. I only got about 1,300 steps. Because I only walked a bit. And then I've been home since 12. So 12:40. So yeah, so 6K steps, which was last week. I didn't get. I got one day over 5K. Now the previous week, when I was on vacation, I did a lot more walking. I found, um, and that was even when only when I had my phone on me, which wasn't all the time. Last week I only got what 5K in one. Yesterday I got 6K, but I walked from all the way from the mall to Angie's house, which was like a kind of downhill to Angie's house, and then I walked from Angie's house up to the bus stop. So it was kind of like a triangle, and then I took the bus and I got off one stop earlier, and I walked from that bus stop all the way home. So it was kind of purposeful walking. Tomorrow, well, tomorrow I should be going. I'll be getting walking. It depends. If I'm doing my groceries tomorrow, I'll get a lot of walking in. If I'm not doing groceries tomorrow, I'll be walking from my appointment home, which is about 15-minute walk. So there's at least 15-20 minutes walk there. Yes, you got a car and coffee. I'm on my fourth glass. So slowly and surely, I think at this rate, even if I go even slower or whatever, I will definitely hit my goal of 100 miles before the end of November. But I want to see how many miles I get. Um, Now, some of the other like I'm doing it as part of my steps because I'm not that active. It's much more of trying to be more active. And some of the other ladies are doing their steps as purposeful roots and stuff like that. If that was the case, I don't know if I could do 100 miles. Just because I'm I'm just starting to try and get healthy, so and get more active because it's been a very sluggish year of just being overwhelmed with stuff that there just hasn't been time to be able to set aside time to do purposeful walking. Now, with nicer weather and stuff, since there is the high school track across the street, I could go and purposely walk around the track a couple times, which I might still do. Just, um, I have to carve it out into my schedule because right now, well, I can't seem to do it first thing in the morning because I am just not, I'm just not awake. And I don't want to do it too late in the day because I don't want to get too my too much metabolism going. Because when I used to go to the gym with a friend of mine, it was not good for my sleeping schedule because I couldn't fall asleep for like hours and hours afterwards. Hey, Arrow McBoss, how's it going? Long time no see. Is that a new picture? How was your summer? Did you? I think you had your summer in Italy, didn't you, with your family? You changed your picture. Very cool. That is a cool picture. Hey, Tom Tom, how's it going? Yes, welcome back. Haven't seen you for like forever. Well, since before my vacation, and that's already been a couple weeks. Well, it was a month since before my vacation, but a couple weeks since my vacation. Hello, Princess. Are you trying to come up here? Oh, I'll make you one too. Oh, here comes Princess. No, you don't like coffee. There, Arrow. This is Princess. She's like, I haven't been on your live stream for a while. I'm coming to bug you, Mommy. See the shaving that I did? Her hair grew back. It doesn't like it. Yes, she is cute. She thinks whenever I'm live streaming that I'm talking to her. Because she's like, who else would you be talking to, Mommy? Yeah, who else? Mm-hmm. So who here is a cat or dog person? Comment below if you're a cat or dog or both. I'm more of a cat person, but I like both. You're allergic to something. Yeah, my husband's allergic to. When we first started dating, he was more allergic to cats than dogs. And then I inherited my mom's cats when she passed away. So when we moved in together, he had no choice. So now he's more allergic to dogs than cats. As long as Princess and Sushi don't go near his pillow or up near his face, because he still likes to pet them, but he has to go wash his hands right away. He has allergy pills that he takes because That says love when you will go take allergy pills because your significant other has cats. Lots of wrenches. It's yeah. So I haven't had any trolls, knock on wood, since coming back, but I still have 2 or 3 haters that come in here and put thumbs down on my videos, but they don't come in and say hello or comment negative comments below. So I don't know. I don't know why. Yes, yes, princess. I have asthma, so anytime I'm around animals, I get. Oh, yuck. It's like you just opened the door to trolls. I know. It's kind of like Murphy's Law. Oh, Donna sent me a message uh, about, oh, have you ever heard it? Because I talk about Murphy's Law and I say we keep on should change your last name to Murphy. And they're like, have you ever heard of O'Toole's Law? And I'm like, no. Well, O'Toole's Law is Murphy was an optimist. You are shitting cat. Yes, I'll put you down as mod, so everybody's mod. Don't want you to feel left out. I'm just shocked that so many people have popped in at this time, because this is not my normal morning time coffee. Is this a better time to be on? The problem with this time, though, is if both my kids are home and they're on the internet doing their stuff, sometimes the internet's lagging, but I don't think it's lagging today. But I only have one kid home. Oh, is there a cut here? I'm trying to see your head. Yeah, I want to see. You got all this fur. I'm trying to look. Yes, I'm trying to look. Yeah, she used to have a collar, but the collar wore down, like rubbed so much, like even though it wasn't tight, but she didn't like it. And it rubbed that she now has a ring around her neck where there's no fur, where the collar used to be. So we stopped putting a collar on. But she has a little, I think a little cut, a little scratch right there. Hmm. He's so adorable. Yes, that's why we keep her. You know how old she is? She is like 14 years. You're 14 years old. 14 years old. You're an old lady. Yes. Yes. Oh, soon I'll put up some videos of when we were on vacation. We had a few cats at our resort that tended to love Abby. And there was one cat that would let anybody pet them, or almost anybody, and 2 cats that would let Abby feed them, but they didn't want to get petted, so we fed them things like bacon. No, I will check it out. I just saw went to your link, the one with spaghetti. The no ketchup, just sauce cooking with Arrow, the return, or Arrow's morning mukbang. The first one or the second one? The mukbang? Oh, cat, don't. You're gonna knock on my coffee. I don't want you. I don't want your butt in my coffee. The ketchup. Okay. I will check it out. removed my coffee so you don't go try and sit in my coffee. I do not want Princess Butt in coffee. It is not an additive to coffee. Do you hear me? Ah! Stupid cat knocked my other old coffee. You stupid cat. Now I've got... I didn't finish my coffee from yesterday. And stupid... Yes, you're stupid. Ah. Good thing this couch is black. Because... Oh. Yeah, you're just purring there. Stupid cat. I knew I should have moved that coffee cup. That was my Tim Hortons one from yesterday that I didn't finish. Do I look happy? No. See, I've got coffee. My butt. Thanks to Miss, I need to put my butt down. I'm going to sit on this towel. That's why I don't like it. Did have remorse and feel bad. She's just sitting there like, yes, human. Well, no, dogs. Okay, speaking of dogs, so when one of my first live streams with Angie, her dog came by. Oops, dropped my computer. Came by, and we had our drinks on the coffee table. Swung its tail, knocked over my drink. Because it's like, hello, hello, hello. Paid no attention that it knocked over a drink. No matter how much we were like, ah! Trying to save our, like, phones and computers. But, and she's just lying here. Like, oh, I need it. That's where my butt goes. You should not put coffee there, Mom. Okay. The lasers, yes, they are. Oh, dear. What am I going to do with you? Yes, of course she's pretty. Yes. Well, see, the difference between cats and dogs is cats are like, oh, there's my human, there's my human, there's my human. And then they go and they're, oh, where's my human, where's my human, where's my human? Princess and other cats, they own you. They come and choose you. And they come in, like when we were on vacation, we had somebody come by and check in on them and that. When we came home, they were all like, meow, 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 meow. That night, Princess would not leave my side. But then she was like, okay, fine, I'm done. But dogs are like, their whole lives revolve around their humans. Well, cats are like, their whole lives revolve around their food, their litter, their water. If those are kept good and they get petted when they want to be petted, they're fine. You go like so the other day, Abby closed her door on Sushi because Sushi scratched her accidentally or whatever. She shooed her out. She meowed and 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 meowed till Jeff got up and went to the washroom and opened her door a bit. Then she went into Abby's room, meowed once, and then left. Didn't go into her room, but was like, "Hey, bitch! Like, don't close the door on me." That is exactly what happened. She didn't want to like necessarily go in there. She just didn't like the door being closed on her. See, for the first time when I was in Italy, Well, that's a really odd place to have sushi, is in Italy. Because, well, I would think that would be anywhere. Are there sushi spots where you live in not Madagascar, in one of the little countries, Slovakian countries, Macedonia. See, there we go. Did you have the raw fish sushi, like sashimi, or sushi like salmon in there, or did you have like the California rolls where it has the cooked fake crab meat in it, or the shrimp sushi which has a cooked shrimp in it? We love white tuna sushi and salmon, also spicy white tuna and spicy salmon. Abby and Jeff love the fish eggs one. I like. We also like the California rolls too. Um, the snapper is not very good, or the surf clam. They tend to be chewy, which is not the best thing. Just took a plate after plate. We had all sushi. Very good. And did you have the wasabi, the green stuff? You mix a bit of the wasabi with the soy sauce, and you dip the sushi in it. That's quite spicy. Don't do so. My husband, the first time he had sushi, so this was 20 years ago. So sushi spots weren't that common here back then. This was 20 some odd years ago. So he was out with friends who liked sushi. And sushi back in the day, there was not all you can eat sushi spots. It was like expensive, fancy, take your date out to a sushi spot meal, you know? And very expensive, comparable to like any other sit down restaurant. He went out with friends and they went to sushi. He'd never had sushi before. They had convinced him that the wasabi is just like a mustard. It's like Japanese version of mustard. So just slather it on the sushi. So he puts it on and then he dips in the soy sauce and he eats it. And they all kind of just watched him while he ate it, and his face, like, his eyes tried to pop out of his head and he was sweating and crying and stuff. He ate it, but um, that was his experience with sushi the first time. From then on, he didn't trust what his friends said. But and then when I think this was either before or after me, because I never tried sushi until I was an adult. Mm, sorry, there was a little. I think I tried California rolls, so not raw sushi. I tried California rolls before I was an adult. I think with my mom we had it at. They had it sometimes at the grocery store. Um, as it was just starting to come out when I was like late teens, early 20s. It was just coming to be semi popular. Um, but it when Jeff and I first met, I liked hot sauce, and so me and my boyfriend at the time went to his place with his roommates, and we all did become friends. Well, that first time we went there for supper, and we had Mexican soup for supper, so like a taco soup, and I didn't find it spicy, so I asked for hot sauce. So I was putting hot sauce in, and everybody else was like try like the other people that were like Jeff and other people that were all comparing themselves to me in the hot sauce. They were putting hot, so we had like a hot sauce competition. Well, I won, but that was kind of like Jeff's introduction to hot sauce, really, because he didn't really have. I mean, he had hot sauce before, too, but then also dating me after that, like after I broke up with my ex, and I was single. Then we dated. Well, he dated me for like about 2 years, a year and a half before he had to get his gallbladder out because of all the hot sauce. I kind of killed off his gallbladder. Hey, you can get a water bottle in the fridge. Your husband is like, I'm not buying for it again. Where's the C4? Hey, Scrumptious Mile Trains, how's it going? Yeah, Jeff didn't fall for it again, that's for sure. But yes, so with all the hot sauce and that, I killed off his gallbladder. So he got his gallbladder taken out at like 22. So 22, no, yeah, 22. So he got it taken out the week, no, 20. Let's see, no, not 22, 23, 24, because he got it taken out the week after or the day after my college graduation. Because during my graduation, he was having a gallbladder attack. He saw me get my diploma, and then after that, like he had like, and then after that, he was in the washroom and not feeling well, throwing up and stuff. Um, so that was, I guess, he was 23, 24. And then all I remember was either the next day or the next week because it was already scheduled to get his gallbladder out, and that is that. And so the moral of the story is to eat hot sauce responsibly, and don't try and prove you're a man because you can eat more hot sauce. You're not purring. Well, you stop purring. Oh, I started the purr machine again. You want some hot sauce now? Well, I've got lots of hot sauce. Oh, FYI, if you want hot sauce for the gift for people who like hot sauce, you can get a hot sauce of the month club. So, or go to the Chili's spots. You can get them at most malls now, I think, like most major malls. They have the chili spots where they have hot sauces from around the world, from very mild to weird ones with like chocolate or honey, from everything from salsas to barbecue sauces to stuff. I did on the hot sauce of the month club twice for two different birthdays. And you get like two bottles of either hot sauce or barbecue sauce. Get to pick your spice level, so mild, medium, or spicy, and you get two bottles sent to you every month for like 6 months. So that's always fun. And or you could go to the places like Chili's, um, and you get to pick and choose your sauces. So, but there's also stuff like that. There's like um, steak of the month club or fruit of the month club or board games. There's these subscription clubs. Well, there's like board games or video games or geek stuff. So it's a gift that, it's not just a one time gift, but it's a monthly gift. As long as they like that type of stuff, then why not? Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, let's see. So there's like frugal, amazing clubs you can get the sauce. And this one's from Canada. I'm not I'm not sponsored from them or anything, but that's one of them. That's a Canadian one. But oh yeah, I would so definitely love any companies to contact me to try food stuff. Yes, I'd be a food taster. I'll try anything once. See, that's Canada ones. But they have a coffee club, a beer club, a wine club, a hot sauce club, a variety club, candle club, candy club, chocolate club, dog treat club, fruit club, jam and jelly club, olive oil club, pasta club, peanut butter club, PB and J club, salsa club, tea. You like tea? There's tea ones. Teddy bear club. So apparently, but a lot of these sauces, once you get them, you can get them also at the chili spot in the stores, in the malls, or you could contact the companies directly. That's what I've done a couple of times because there are certain ones I really like. Okay, I'm glad I have carpet, and I'm glad that there was a pillow on the ground because my computer just went phew, sliding down. A day they will. Yes. Yes, princess. She's lightly purring. I don't know why my thing went dark there for a second. But like it's charging. So tonight I'm making sausage, peppers, onions, and potatoes for supper. I peeled the last bit of potatoes that I had, and I sliced them up, and then I have this thing. I sliced the onions, and I'm dropping everything today. And then I also sliced cucumber from the garden. I did the peppers yesterday, and I have the sausages. All right, this whole spill in the coffee thing. Yes, it has made my mind go crazy. You silly kitty. What? What? Yes, I'm paying attention to you. Oh, yes. Really? You had it with rice potato. You know, I made rice yesterday. So yesterday I made sticky rice, so Calla Rose rice in my Instapot, with ginger and garlic. It was nice, flavorful, but it was too sticky for my family. They only like sticky rice when I go and make sushi. So Chef Boyardee, there's nothing wrong with Chef Boyardee. I have Chef Boyardee in my cupboard, and that is actually a backup for when Jeff doesn't like my food. He can have a can of Chef Boyardee, or as a quick meal when we don't want to cook. Well, sometimes when I'm trying a new recipe, a recipe I haven't tried before, or if I don't like measure or stuff like that, um, he'll get picky, or he'll have something like he don't like something, and or sometimes it doesn't turn out very well. There's always Chef Boyardee, and there's always ramen noodles, and there's always KD. That if we need it, we can have it in a pinch, like in 10 minutes we can cook it up. So it's always good to have backups. I can't imagine anything less than appetizing than ramen. Really, see, I hate KD because see, when I was a kid, my mom couldn't cook. Like, I mean, she even said she couldn't cook. Um, the reason why I learned to cook was because she couldn't cook, and I've been cooking since I was 7. Because we got our first microwave when I was 7. I was allowed to use that then. Um, that I've had craft dinner once or twice a week for almost all my childhood because that stuff was cheap. That was the stuff that was like 25 cents a box. And, you could do that and you do it with hot dogs. I don't like it. My kids love it. They love it when Jeff and I go out for a date night and then they can cook and they'll cook up craft dinner for supper. Or they'll get creative and do something else. But like their go-to thing is to have ramen and craft dinner because I don't make it. Because I actually make things from scratch because I hated it as a kid. And my mom even screwed that up sometimes, that the craft dinner was all mushy. Like, I don't know. My mom, she had 2 ways of cooking. It was either raw or burnt. So, like, she'd make a roast, she'd put everything in the oven at the same time as the roast. Well, the potatoes got hard, the carrots got, like, dehydrated. Every Everything just got, like, shriveled up. And the roast was cooked. Um, or if she tried to do it rare, everything was, like, raw. um, she got better as she got better as I got older and as she got older and tried more things. She was much better at making salads and pasta salad. Craft dinner, KD. That's how we call craft dinner here in Canada. And ramen noodles, um, we get as treat because again they were cheap. They used to be like 10 cents a package, and now I can get them for about 25 cents a package. But I always have some as a backup. You like Kraft mac and cheese? What that is though? Well, Kraft macaroni and cheese. Well, here they just like the packaging even says. I'll show you the package. Like it has a big KD. It's like McDonald's, McDicks we call it. So see, I get it when it's on sale, and I get like a 12 pack. See here, KD. It says Kraft Dinner underneath. Original KD. They're like $1 a package. These, but I got them when they're on sale. Like so, just when last 2 weeks ago, Food Basics had them on sale for $5.88 for 12, so that's about 50 cents a package. I'll pay 50 cents a package, but yeah. KD original, no artificial preservatives, flavors and colors, same great taste. So that's advertising for you. That's another thing that's a Canadian slang or food item that's the same that you can get in the States. Just they market it different up here. Yeah, so, well, if you're talking to me where I live in Canada, which is the west end suburb of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. So the nation's capital. CR is over in BC area. He's kind of selective or secretive of where exactly. But he's had snow where he is. He just posted a video. Snow from western. Where was it? He just posted a video. Snow from western Canada. I'll put his link in. Feel free to go and check it out. Yep. Parts unknown. He's very secretive. Just in case there's like, because he also does a lot of prepping and like survival stuff. So just in case, there's an apocalypse or global freezing or global warming or a zombie apocalypse or something, or whatever. He wants to keep his location, I think, secure. I think that's the plan, right? Or at least that's where my mind goes. Yes, we haven't had 5 foot snowbanks for a couple of years. The snow, we haven't had lots of snow. Well, exactly. You have to travel that way and say, "Hey, have you seen this person?" Search BC. I mean, there can't be that many people in the whole province of BC. Well, I don't have a shelter, so you can't bug out here. I've got food, but I will need the electricity or use my barbecue. Well, you have got to come up to Canada in the wintertime and check it out and go on a vacation. The snow here is nice, especially if you like to do any winter sports like skiing or skating. Up here in Ottawa, we have the largest skating rink, and it opens up just after Christmas, usually in January. And there you get beaver tails, which is not beaver tails; it's just big flat donut with different toppings, hot chocolate and fudge, and maple syrup cotton candy, and um, other good eats. There's usually like fries and hot dogs and stuff. Well, you need a passport. So if you can get a passport, then you can get over the border. You don't need a visa, you just need a passport. Like for here, I can get a passport, like with my documentation, get it all filled out. And you can get a passport, it usually takes a couple of weeks to send to you. But you could pay for expedient service of them sending it to you the next day. So you could get your documentation and get a passport. It would allow you, in case, God knows whatever happens in your country, um, the opportunity to leave or visit somewhere else. And I remember when you could just go back for. Yes, well, that was before 9/11. Um, Even after 9/11, you could go back and forth with a driver's license. You could driving now too, but you need to get like one of those extended driver's license or whatever. But you could also be refused at the border. You have to have like your documentation. But if you fly, you have to have your passport. but it's easier when you have your passport to go over the border because they can check it quicker, faster. I don't know how much a passport costs where you are. Here in Canada, it costs about $100 for 5 years, and I think 130 or whatever for 10 years or something like that. No, we have a lot of people who look odd up here in Canada. That's kind of what we do. I mean, have you seen our lumberjacks? Have you seen our miners? Have you seen the Harley Davidson group? If they can travel over the border, the Hells Angels back and forth, like there's a huge Hells Angels group up in Montreal and in Toronto and stuff, and even here in Ottawa. That's about what. Yeah, they're good. So we got ours for 10, but there was like one that was cheaper for 5, and then for 10. But the kids ones are only good for 5 years. But theirs were cheaper. Theirs were like 60, I think, maybe 50. But if they're under 12, unless you're flying on a plane, you could travel with children under 12 with just their birth certificate if they're with their parent, and a note from the other parent if the other parent isn't there. Senators Maple Leafs playing a preseason game tonight. Where? Here? Maple Leafs suck. Well, anybody in Ottawa doesn't. Well, not anybody. Most people in Ottawa don't like Maple Leafs. And why? We just of just all the teams, we like everybody else but. Hello, Abby.
Hey,
Have you started doing any of your homework?
I'm looking for a Tylenol.
In my bathroom with a bumpy lid,
Okay.
and your tea is still here.
Oh, yay.
It's probably iced tea now.
I was waiting for it to steep and I kind of forgot.
Yeah, and then you were on the phone.
Forgot
Watch out for that coffee. Princess has already knocked it over on the couch and on me. I'm not impressed with that cat. Oh, Rosie Puppy's Breast says hi.
Tell her I say hi.
She says hi. Do you want to show them your onesie?
First, I'm looking for my tea.
Yeah, keep on going over that corner. To left corner. Left? No. Where you were. Around that box.
You're usually wrong with directions.
Right there.
So I tend to go the other way.
Do you want to show them your onesie? It's a green and black kitty cat. CR's waving to you. And she said, hope you're feeling better. Okay, well here, I'm just going to show them. You gotta take off that. Okay, I almost dropped you.
Bye-bye, camera.
See her onesie with the hat. I'm just moving the cat hat, and it even has a tail and pockets. Okay, I'm just gonna see the tail. No, there's the tail. Yeah, she loves the ears. Yes. Well, her favorite color is green, and she loves cats. So, I mean, what else could go wrong? What could be better? Amanda says hi. And she's saying hi back, giving a thumbs up, because she's drinking some mint tea that I brewed her, over 2 hours ago. Which is now probably iced tea, because she forgot about it.
Yeah, because I went up to watch it for it to brew and, well, forgot. I smell onions. What's for supper?
Sausage, onions, peppers, potatoes. You could have yours in bread. I'll probably have mine in bread too.
Can you give me just a little, just in case?
Yeah, I'll just give you a little bit. So, speaking of supper, it is after 5. And apparently hubby's going to get home at some point soon, probably after 6. So I should probably um, get that started. It will take at least half an hour to cook. So, yes, Amanda says hi. Oh, it's buffering. Yeah, it just buffered. I think it's back now. I apologize for the buffering. Well, thank you very much for keeping me company, for staying with me while I was chopping veggies and chatting with you guys. I won't be live tomorrow morning. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. If not, I will probably be live Thursday morning, probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, hope to see you guys again. It's been a wonderful chatting with you all. I love chatting with you all and getting to know you all. So, have a great day. Bye. Mwah.